don't know how you feel about it, but I've always got a thrill from the sight of a big ship in dock. And this particular dock brought a special thrill. I was back in England for the first time since the war. But on this business-come-pleasure trip, I had little time to spare, and the first thing I needed, and needed badly, was wheels. Naturally, I made for an Austin showroom, because back home in Queensland, where I farm, we've had Austin cars and trucks for as long as I can remember. From what I've heard, the new models were as good as ever. Take the A95 Westminster, handsome and roomy, and as a family man, that made sense to me. A powerful 6-cylinder overhead valve engine, offering plenty of performance. But to look up some of my old haunts, we'd have to cover a lot of ground. And with a family, that means luggage space, and plenty of it. Certainly no complaints there. There'll even be room for the boy as well as the bags, if he needs a spell in the cooler. What about the driving position? I'm pretty long in the leg, as you can see. Very comfortable. Lots of visibility, too, and the indicator and selector for the 4-speed gearbox handily placed. This model will do me very nicely for the trip, and no sooner decided and a hire form completed than she's mine for a fortnight. Good acceleration, too, and she steers like a dream. I picked a blue and white model, as you can see, from the attractive colour range available. It must have something to remind me of surf and sea in grey old London, but I must say the place has brightened up a lot since I was here. So they finally got you out of those sandbags, did they, chum? The last time I saw them all was in the films of the coronation. Of course, the place was really decked out in all its finery then, but even in plain clothes there's an air of pomp and circumstance about it. The household cavalry's daily ride down to the Horseguards, for instance. And it seems there's always a little crowd around to watch the changing of the guard at Buckingham Palace. Maybe Christopher Robin's around with Alice. I remember walking along the embankment here in the blackout one night, with the fire in the city reflected in the water of the river. Must be 15 years ago or more. But my word, seeing it all again like this, it certainly takes you back. Hey, what's up? Uh-oh, dinner time, and the family will be wondering what's become of father. So this is it. The first session of business appointments seen to, and we're off for a look-see at Merry England. At least some of the places I can remember, or think I can. My wife Margaret has been looking forward to this for years. And as for Andrew and little Sally, well, for them, This was the biggest thing that ever happened. You can see why I was interested in the Austin's luggage boot. The missus had already expressed approval of my choice of cars, and as for young Andrew, well, anything on wheels is right up his alley. But I must say the lad's beginning to show a bit of taste in this respect. Behold the Sterling Moss of 1970. Hey, kiddo, we've not got all day to wait for you. We made for the Thames Valley for a start. Beautiful country, as I recall it, and a part I'd got to know pretty well at one stage. And mind you, there were no signposts around in those days. Maybe that's why I'd remember these lanes so well. I was a talking guidebook, but the family needed no sales talk from me to enjoy places like this. The bridge at Marlow, and the Thames again, just as I remembered it. And here was a pub I vowed I'd come back and stay at. A fine pair of water babies I've got. Look happy enough, don't they? And that's just as it should be, because this place was always a long, long way from the war as I remember it.